Hello everybody and welcome to the channel Crossing the Spiritual Streams. Today we're going to do our Tarot Pick-a-Pile card reading, and today we also have automatic writing messages, and today's topic is messages from your future self. Now because a lot of people will be watching the videos, the messages may not be exactly in a phrasing that you would use, but it's the general idea of the message, or the the message that your future self would like to get across to you. Okay, so that's the way the messages are going to come through. There are messages in a bottle here for each of you, and then there's messages that we'll be getting from our tarot cards and charms, and then we'll also do our oracle spheres, so you can think of a yes or no question to get an answer to. So this should be a pretty cool reading. I'm looking forward to doing it. Every once in a while we've done the automatic writing ones and they've come through kind of cool. So definitely looking forward to this. While we've got you, we would like to invite you to check us out on Patreon. If you'd like, you can sign up for as little as $1 a month. And right now we're giving away a free personalized reading for anybody who signs up. And then also you get access to exclusive videos over on Patreon. We are also on TikTok. We haven't really started filming a whole lot yet for there, but if you'd like to follow us over there, there are links in the description to lead you to that as well. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the channel with your friends and family. All those things are super important to us, and we just want to say thank you. All right, so we've got our 3 different piles here. We have pile 1 with the yellow ribbon, pile 2 with the green ribbon, and pile 3 with the blue ribbon. It is best to go with your gut instinct. Now do remember, because these are messages from your future self, it's a slightly little bit more narrow reading than usual. And if for some reason you get into your reading and it doesn't resonate with you, you might want to stick it out, because there might be other messages that come through that are for you. Or if it, you watch it, it just doesn't resonate with you at all, and it just doesn't make sense to you, and you just don't get it. Then maybe that wasn't the particular pile you should have watched, or maybe this isn't the reading for you. That does happen sometimes, and it doesn't hurt my feelings that, every once in a while, a pile doesn't, work for you or something. So just to let you guys know that. All right, so you go ahead and reflect on the piles, and then when you're ready, there'll be timestamps in the description that will lead you directly to your reading. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. Those of you that chose the yellow ribbon and message here, remember this is messages from your future self. There'll be a message in the bottle, and then maybe similar or expounding upon messages in the tarot cards and charms, or maybe more messages in the tarot cards and charms. So we'll just take a look here and see what we got going. So first of all, the message in the bottle. Oh, goodness. Can't get it open. Don't worry. You are going to have a beautiful baby girl. And the words Anne and Jane both came to mind when I wrote this as well. That doesn't mean that they're going to be named that or anything like that. They were just names that popped in, so they might mean something to you specifically. That sounds very good. It sounds like maybe you guys have been wanting to have children, or you were wondering, about your children or something like that, possibly. Now, like I said, excuse me, sorry about that. Annabeth, honey, shh. Thought she heard something in the other room. Sorry about that. Like I said earlier in the intro, if the message doesn't resonate with you, stick around. There might be some different messages in the tarot that were for you specifically if you felt drawn to this pile. Okay, so if that message wasn't specifically for you, Maybe one of the other messages are, or maybe there's some other messages that are. But that's the first message, so that's really exciting and cool. We're talking about babies. Babies are awesome. All right, let's see what else the tarot card and the charms have to say here. We got the Five of Wands. We got the Ten of Cups. Oh, that's intriguing. We got the Three of Cups. We got the Knight of Cups. The Moon card. Wow, this is all about your feelings and emotions. The Knight of Wands. The Ace of Wands. The Death card. The Karma card. And the Strength card. Okay, wow. First of all, to go along with your message in the bottle, a couple things came through early on in the reading that go along with that. It's interesting how this Ten of Cups card, that often deals with happy family, you know, getting together as a family, and so forth. That's quite often the case with that card. Usually the card is depicted with a family with, you know, a couple of children running around in the background, or sometimes an older person is there with them as well. It's interesting how this specific Ten of Cups card had 3 people. You know, as I was talking about, you know, the baby girl earlier. So I find that intriguing that it was probably represented that way. That just affirms what the automatic writing said, is that you're going to have a really happy, close-knit family. The Three of Cups kind of showed that for me as well. Usually that has to deal with friends and community and things like that. In this case, I, for some reason, put it with the family again, like 3 individual people pouring into, you know, a cup that's overflowing. It's interesting how she has 2 cups and then it's into a bigger cup overflowing. It's almost like you'll have 2 people very important in your life that will bring you lots of emotional joy and happiness. So that is one message there that goes along with the original message. This particular message did deal a lot with your emotions. The Moon card did represent mother a lot, or a mother type figure. And I do feel like most of you watching would be mothers specifically, rather than fathers. That's just the feeling I'm getting from the reading itself. Now, there are a couple of other things here that I'm not sure have to do with the family specifically, or about the family we've been talking about, or having the child. I'm not exactly sure what these pertain to. I'm hoping to maybe get some more information from the charms. But you do have the Death, the Karma, and the Strength card that came out at the end. And the Death card usually means some sort of change, or moving towards a change, or, you know, the ending of one type of thing and moving on to something else. The Karma card is the Judgment card in most decks. And what I often see from that, when you think of karma, you think of things coming to you that were meant for you and things like that. Now, this is interesting how this particular karma card does have 3, and one of them being a younger, you know, female. So it's almost like that's representing your family and how close-knit you'll be, and how you know, you're meant to have that, basically. So that might be just what that's meaning. It's just going along with the other part of the reading that we've been talking about. The Strength card and the Death card, though, to me, I'm getting some sort of resonance that something will change or will be kind of difficult. There'll be a transition, and that you just need to stick through it because things will be better on the other side. And start anew again. We have the Ace of Wands here. That's a new start, new beginning. The Wands very much have to do with things that you really, really care about and are passionate about, and spirituality, and you know, it's the fiery passions type of stuff going on there with the Wands card. It's your creativity and your charisma and, you know, all of those types of things. And you had several Wands cards. You had the Knight, you had the Ace, and you had the Five. The Five can mean learning or conflict or, you know, dealing with, you know, it's interesting, you know, they're doing a tug of war kind of deal. And fives also mean change. So somehow or another, your future self is warning you about a change coming, or that there will be a change that has to happen down the road before you can start afresh and start anew. Okay, so that's what's going on there. We will look at the charms to see if there's any more information about that specific topic going on going forward. So let's go ahead and we'll just move on and do that. We'll just see what else we can find out. All right, let's have a good dig in here and do a few charms. Not very many. All right, let's see. Wow. Interesting. Okay, well, we do have the elephant. I always think of family when I think of elephants. For some reason, I always think of how close-knit they are, how much work and effort it takes for them to have a child, you know, 2 years. But then how close they are with their family when they get together. I always think of that when I think of elephants. And because of your particular reading being about family and children and whatnot, that just goes right along with that. We also have the white rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. That often denotes children to me, or thinking of children, because it is a children's story. But also, the other thing I get from that is kind of like things unexpected happening. So maybe this child thing for you guys, maybe, you know, maybe doctors have told you you couldn't have children. Or maybe you've been trying and trying and it's not really been working out, so it's been really hard for you to believe that it'll happen. Things like that is possible. And what the white rabbit can symbolize here is that things can happen that you've been dreaming about. That things, you know, very much could be on the way of that. So that just kind of goes along with the rest of the reading. I really thought maybe there would be a little bit more messages other than about the child, but it seems like a huge portion of the messages are all about that. So hopefully this will resonate with you guys and it'll be something that really works, because we also have the Cancer symbol, which once again is a symbol of mother. It's a symbol of moon. It's the fourth house in astrology, which does symbolize your relationship with your mother and so forth. And so once again, you know, that's coming through. Now we do have the frog and the owl. The owl indicates to me a lot of wisdom, a lot of learning, almost the way the message is coming through specifically for you guys is almost that time and effort and other things will make you wiser and make you less, trying to think of the word I want, because, you know, wiser makes sense, but then basically you're going to understand and know things a lot better than you did as time goes on. Your future self has learned how to be calmer, how to know when to jump. That's where the frog has come from. Your future self says that just kind of calm down, take things one at a time, learn things as you go, let each day play out, enjoy things as you're going along, and then leap when you need to, because that wisdom will come with time. That learning will come with time. Your future self says, you know, that you one of the main things that you need to know is that remaining calm and stoic and not worrying, because one of the messages in here was don't worry. If we dwell on something too much, we have trouble with it. I've heard so many stories of people. We know lots of people who've adopted children over the years or who were adopted. And a lot of times the story goes, this is a very similar story. We tried to have kids, we couldn't, make it happen, or, things didn't work out, and we kept trying. Finally, we decided to adopt a child. We get the process underway going, and then all of a sudden we become pregnant. Or we go ahead and we actually get the child, adopt the child and everything, and then all of a sudden we become pregnant. And it's because they take the pressure off themselves. They take, having a natural child out of the equation. And then all of a sudden things relax, things ease up, things do better, and then it happens. So that is kind of the resonance I'm getting with your reading as well, is that relaxation. Don't be so fired up about things. Take, your time, be calm, meditate. We have lots of cups energy and moon energy and, all this other stuff. Just kind of relax and kind of just bathe in your feelings and kind of just, go along. Leap when you need to. That's what the frog's all about. But just, take your time. Know that things don't always happen really fast, and live in the moment. Enjoy your life as you're going along. And then there you go. Okay? So that is a very deep, important message that's coming forward here for you guys. Let's go ahead and do your oracle spheres. This is where you get an opportunity to ask a question that you would like to get an answer to. We have 4 different stands. We have purple, green, silver, and bronze. You decide which one you would like to get your answer on. You think of a yes or no type of question, and oh my goodness, my oracle spheres dropped over here. Okay. All right, so you think of a yes or no question, you pick your stand, and then we'll get your answers. Oop, one already. All right. So number 1 purple is a not now. Number 2 green is a probable. Number 3 silver is a yes. And number 4 bronze is a not sure. So that might mean some things need to play out first before an answer can be known, or it just might mean the question wasn't very clear. All right, guys, so there is your reading for today. I hope there were some messages that were useful to you. Please leave us some comments in the comment section. I'd love to hear from you all. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share the channel with your friends and family. Check out our other videos. Check us out on Patreon and on TikTok, and we will see you again for future readings. May the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading with your messages from your future self. You chose the green bottle here with the ribbon, so we will look at that. Now remember, there are messages in here that we will read. Then we'll look at the messages in your tarot cards and your charms. Sometimes the tarot cards and the charms are all about the same message. Sometimes they're new or expanded messages or different messages. So it just depends on what comes through. So if along the way the message doesn't resonate with you, you might stick around a little bit longer to see if there's any new messages or any more. Otherwise, maybe the reading wasn't for you specifically. That does happen upon occasion. I run across readings sometimes that don't resonate with me when I watch readings, so it does happen. But just keep an open mind, listen to what's out there, and then find out if it pertains to you or not. Okay. All right. So let's take a look here and see what the message is. You need to go after that job you have been wanting. Okay. So, your future self says, time to get on it. Go for it. Okay, let's see what we have in the tarot cards. It might be more about that message. It might be other messages. So let's take a look here and see what else we have to say. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the King of Swords. Wow, okay. We have the Ten of Swords. The Knight of Pentacles. Temperance. The Six of Pentacles. The Fool. Wow. Okay. The Nine of Swords. The Nine of Wands. And the Two of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. Well, first of all, the message is all about what came through in the automatic writing. Or at least so far. Like I said, there might be other messages in the charms. But it's all about this job. Okay. I get the feeling that you are in a dead-end type of job or one that is just beating you down. That, you go to it because you need to. You hate it. You're miserable. You are just blah. Okay? It's like, did you ever hear of a death of 1,000 cuts? Where basically one cut doesn't do too much, 2 cuts don't do too much, but as you keep getting cut and cut and cut and cut, eventually you would die. Okay? That's the feeling I'm getting from the job that you're in. That every day you go to work is like another cut. It's like another little prick. It's another insult to you. It's another attack on you and your soul. Okay? That's the feeling I'm getting. That's the message that's coming through. Your future self says, enough, stop it, take the leap. Now, this job can be different for each one of you, and I do feel like it is. Some of you, I feel like it could be going into business for yourself. I don't think that's necessarily true for all of you, though. I think some of you, it's just going into a new profession, going into something that you really wanted to do. Maybe you got stuck in something that you didn't want to do because it's what your parents would pay for. Maybe you got stuck in a job because it was easy and you managed to, get it and you didn't want to work at anything else. Maybe there's a dream job that you really want, and maybe it's something that would take a lot of effort, or money, or studies maybe, and maybe you're like, oh, I don't know how I'm going to get by while I'm trying to study and do this. I don't know. Okay. There's so many different scenarios on this for you guys. There's just some reason why you have the job you have rather than the one you wanted. Okay. And whatever that reason is, your future self says, too bad, so sad, don't worry about it, just go for the one you wanted to do. Take that leap, go for it. You will be much happier, much more balanced. Don't let your fears stop you. Don't let your worry about, what will happen, keep you from doing this. You have some very wonderful cards to show that it will benefit you greatly to make this other leap, to go to this other job, in whatever way you need to do to make that happen. Whether it's a creative job and you need to just do it, whether it's one that takes a lot of learning and you need to go back to school or whatever it takes to do that, whether you need to move or do something else to make it happen because maybe in your area that particular job doesn't exist, that's possible. And maybe, moving is really, really scary for a lot of people. There's lots of different scenarios going on here, but whatever was preventing you from doing this job before, your future self wants you to stop that. Don't worry about it. Don't let it worry you. It's best for you to do this. You are slowly dying inside at the job you are at. And it's time to get rid of that. It's time to not do that anymore. It's time to get more in balance and in tune with what's right for you, and what you need. Okay? That's where the Temperance and the Two of Pentacles are coming in. You really need to balance yourself out. You really need to get on a better even keel with what you truly want, and what you really want to do. So this message is very straightforward. It's very much go to the new job, do what it takes to get to the new job. You're going to be much happier for it. Okay? We will look at your charms in case there's any other messages or advice or other things, but this is coming through extremely strongly. As a matter of fact, the message came through almost when I was writing, before I almost put the paper down. I got the message. So it's a very strong message. It's one that your future self really, really wants you to know. Okay? So let's take a look at your charms and see what else messages we might have, or advice or other things. Okay, well, we do have the Libra scales again. Once again, balance. You need to balance yourself out. You are definitely not balanced. We also have the acorn here with 2 acorns. It might be important to go into a partnership with the 2s and things going on with the balances that we're talking about. For some of you all, going into a partnership could be important or could be useful. Okay, so that's something for you to think about. We do have the 8 of Wands. That's once again going after what you really, really want in this universe, shooting it out there and going for it. The 7 of Pentacles also goes along with that. It's reaping the benefits, the earthly benefits of what you've been doing. You do have the protected. That means you're protected in this journey. You will be able to go ahead and do this. So, go for it. Don't, dream. We have the Mickey hand here. That shows me a lot about going for your dreams, going after what you really want. Look, Walt Disney did that with Mickey Mouse. He went ahead and did it. And a lot of people thought he was silly and stupid, and it took a while for it to work out, but then it really did for him. So that's really something I would love for you to think about doing. We also have the 9 of Cups. That's getting your cups in order and, bringing forth the things that you really want that make you emotionally, happy here. Now, we do have quite a few other charms here. This is interesting. Okay, first of all, we have make a wish and then success. So once again, following your wishes, your dreams, you will have success. That's really important for you to know. We got to stress this because obviously it's not something that you're really believing. So we really got to get it out there. Now, you have lots of other interesting things. First of all, we have seen and noted. To me, that when that shows up, it means journaling could be really, really good for you. It also means that you are seeing signs or other things, and you need to note them. You need to pay attention to them. You need to follow the signs and symbols and other things that are coming along in your life because you're ignoring them. Okay, so that's what's going on with that. You have the letter R. For some reason, I thought of the copyright R for some reason. So maybe this has something to do with you doing copyrighted work or other things like that. If that resonates with you at all. That could also be an initial or something else specifically to you. So just whatever that R happens to mean to you. Now, there's a lot of other things here, and I think this is because we're talking about a lot of different careers, depending on who's watching. And I think that's where a lot of these other symbols are coming from, okay? Because first of all, I'm getting the lone wolf, which could mean going out on your own, doing your own thing. That's for some of you. We have the octopus, which means possibly getting out there and having your hands in many different things, but being super, super busy. It's a type of job that requires lots of different abilities and other things going on. That could be. We do have the teddy bear, so it could be involved with children. Could be doing something with children. We have the ribbon here, so it could be involved with nursing or counseling or working with people that are in trouble in some way or need or possibly I'm even thinking of things like working for the State Department and other things like that, like to help people get home from foreign countries and those kinds of things. Like I said, this is a wide variety of careers we're talking about here. I'm just hoping that maybe one of them we talk about might resonate with you, or you might go, okay, yeah, that's me. This is for me. We also have the luxury shoe here, so it could be dancing or something that requires you to be dressed up a lot and uh, you know being very, formal a lot, like maybe even party organizing and stuff like that comes to mind with that. So those are the kinds of resonances there. We do have the Scorpion here in Scorpio. We have lots of cups energy, lots of water energy going here. So it's possibly working with something to deal with water. Um, or Scorpios also deal with inheritance, taxes, private investigations, digging up truth, researching, other things like that, digging up things that were hidden or unknown. Those are type of careers that Scorpios often do. Also, they deal with other mysteries like astrology and other mystic type things like that, like psychic abilities and things like that as well. So those are some things that you might think about if you haven't. Um, we have the mermaid. The mermaid often denotes change to me, but also following your dreams and things like that. But once again, it's also another water ocean type of thing. And I do think some of you need to follow, like maybe marine biology or cleaning up the oceans or something like that. I'm also thinking desalinization projects or getting water to places that need water. Those kinds of things. Those are very specific jobs that, aren't something that people just go out and get. And so that's possible that that was something, that you've wanted to do. The seahorse can kind of also represent that as well, dealing with marine life or other things like that. We've got the unicorn here. That could mean doing a very unique job, something unusual or different, or maybe working with the gay community in some way, shape, or form. That pops into mind for some of you. So there's a lot of different topics here, a lot of different things we can go for. The arrow, to me, just shows that you just need to follow in the right direction. You need to follow the arrow that's pointing you in the right way. Just go that way. Okay, so there you go. There's some of the careers that might help you resonate with this being your reading, and so forth. So that was just kind of what came through in the charms there. All right, let's go ahead and do your oracle spheres. We have 4 different stands. We have green, purple, silver, and bronze. You decide which one you want to get your answer on. You think of a yes or no type of question, and then we go and we get your answers. All right, number 1 green is not now. Number 2 purple is probable. Number 3 silver is not likely. And number 4 bronze is a no. So we have a not now, a probable, not likely, and a no. So there's your oracle sphere answers for today's reading. Thank you so much for being here and being with us today. We very much appreciate it. We really hope there was messages that were useful to you. Please leave us comments in the comment section. We'd love to hear from you guys on this. I'd love to hear what jobs this is talking about and that kind of thing. Also, don't forget to check us out on Patreon and TikTok, and check out our other videos on YouTube. We look forward to seeing you again, and may the stars guide your path. Bye-bye. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading on messages from your future self. You chose the brown messages here, so we're going to... Or brown. Why did I say brown? Blue. Wow. Color starting with B. Okay, blue. Wow, I don't know where I was going. And then we also have your tarot cards and your charms. The messages at the bottle will be a specific message, and then the ones with the tarot cards and the charms could be about that message, or they could be newer messages. It just depends on what comes through. So far, they've mostly been about the message in the bottle, and quite often that does happen, but there could be other messages that come through as well. So we'll take a look. All right, so let's see what this message is here. Let's see. You need to look into your plumbing. There might be a leak that could turn bad. Okay, I remember when I got this message and wrote it down, we actually are having plumbing issues right now. So it's interesting that that came through. That's a very specific message from your future self, but maybe it's just one to, help you out. Normally, the messages are a little bit more esoteric or a little bit more, a little different than that. But one time I watched a pick-a-pile reading, and they happened to say something about plumbing in it. And I had a dream right at the same time that a faucet or something else started spraying stuff, and it just so happened, I mentioned it to my husband. I was like, "Oh, something's not right here. We got to look into this." And it just so happened that our sink was coming loose, and it was just millimeters away from breaking off and just spraying the whole house with water, flooding us. So I kind of take things like that seriously. So this message came through for a reason. So if I were you, I would look around your house for anything that is leaking or possibly loose or possibly could turn into something much worse than what it already is. Might be something that looks kind of minor right now, but could turn in really bad quickly. So if I were you, I would definitely look into that because, obviously that could be a message that's kind of important to you. All right, let's take a look here and see what else we got going here. We've got the Page of Cups. We got the Queen of Cups. We got the Tower card. Oh my goodness. We got the Sun card. I like that card. We got the Two of Pentacles. We got the Seven of Cups. The Wheel of Fortune. The Three of Pentacles. And the Nine of Cups. Wow. Okay. First of all, about the plumbing, there is some more messages about that. There is a Tower card here. You guys could have a Tower moment with the plumbing, so be very careful. There could be something going on there. Now, the Tower also is symbolizing a possible Tower moment in other parts of your life in a good way. In that, you have the Tower and then the Sun card right next to it. I really like that because that shows that be prepared for the unexpected, which is kind of hard to do, but try to be prepared for it because you got some quick changes coming along, and it has something to do with things you've been wanting to manifest and things that you would like to see in your life. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune coming around here and some other stuff, but then the Sun card comes out as well. So you got some things turning around for you in your life. And I do believe that they might be work related. Okay. The earlier part of the reading has to do with your plumbing and water and those kinds of things. And also water usually deals with your emotions and whatnot. And you could think of maybe a change happening in your emotional life, but I don't think that that's really the case for you guys. You might get quite emotional over the Tower moment. It might be an emotional experience for you or something that, will cause you to have some emotions and some feelings for sure. But I don't think it necessarily has to do with your emotional life or things that deal, with your feelings like that. Okay, I do believe it is probably career related. It's also possible for some of you in the reading that it is spiritually related. In that, you might find out about a spiritual power or gift that you have that you didn't know, and that could totally change your life. Things like psychic abilities, special talents, working, with other things. maybe mediumship or other things like that. That's a possibility for some of you guys. Okay, that's not for everybody watching the reading, but that is for some of you for sure. I can definitely see that as being a possibility. There is some learning and other things involved with this, so the tower moment might kind of knock you back to the beginning a little bit, or the apprenticeship era or phase of something, especially if it is dealing with your career or work. It could knock you back to the beginning, but that's okay. It might make you feel a little out of kilter at first. It might make you feel a little bit disconcerted, but that it's for a good thing, and your future self is letting you know that it's a good thing, and that it's turning your fortunes around. It's making things better. You'll have reason to celebrate because of this. So even though it might throw you off kilter for a while, or make it a little difficult for you, or like I said, almost knock you back to square one, it will be worth it. Okay, so that is a message that's coming through for you guys as well. To be on the lookout for that kind of thing. Okay, like I said, I do believe for most of you it will be career related or spirituality related. Okay, all right, let's take a look at your charms. Let's see what else we can find out here. Okay. All right, well, there's a little bit of messages here. Stay curious and be you bravely. That's really important because a lot of times we won't do something because we're worried about different things about it. There could be all kinds of things. And it stops us from being who we are and going where we are. So I definitely want you to pay attention to that. We do have the acorns. That is possibly a partnership type of thing, but it's also a strong, being very strong and sturdy, because it's, they make oak, which is very strong. We do have the Seven of Cups again. So once again, this could have something to do with something you've been wanting to manifest, or something you've been wanting to see in your life. We do have the winged moon and the feather, with the which is usually spirit guided type of things, so, or spiritually related. So that's interesting, in that we did talk about, for some of you guys, this may be kind of another thing. We also have the Scorpio symbol, which is a hidden talent, in my opinion. It also could be along the spiritual lines, like you could be a really good astrologer or other things like that, or there's a hidden talent that maybe you'll finally find out that you have. You'll discover it kind of by accident, or something like that. So this is either spirituality related, like these symbols here. So it's very possible for quite a few of you that that is the case. Okay, but once again, that may not be for some of you guys. It might just be career related. We do have the love and peace and the circle of love here. So I think, even though I don't think this had much to do with your love life or anything like that, for most of you, it does have something to do with something you will love, or means a lot to you, because we do have the emotional cups involved in it. Okay, we have a little small elephant here. I'm not sure that one ever shows up in a reading. Elephants, to me, represent a couple of different things. One is family, one is strength, and another one has to do with being smart and intelligent, kind of things. And I'm going to let you guys decide how that might affect your reading, or how that might go for your reading, because I get a feeling it might mean a few different things for you guys. So I'm going to let you guys work on that. We do have the pouncing kitty. That shows that you should go for it. Take the opportunity when you see it, jump for it. Don't hold back. The be you bravely goes along with that. Okay, we do have two E's here. That's interesting. Those could be initials. You can think of different words when you see those. Like I think of, things like B, and I think of things like sweep and peep and other things with the EE in the middle. So I'm going to let you guys work on the letters. I often do that. Whatever resonates with you on that, or whatever came to mind when you saw them, might be a specific message for you there. And then we also have the seashell. And this beautiful seashell, whenever I think of this sea, I think of mysterious type of stuff. I think of the unknown. And I do feel like this tower moment will lead you into the unknown for a while. But you will come out shining. You will come out with a lot, more understanding of the world and yourself, and other things like that. But it will lead you into some unknown territory. That's where the warning is coming in, so that it doesn't totally take you by surprise. That you do understand that there is a tower moment coming, and that it will be a little bit scary and a little bit facing the unknown and some other things throw you off kilter, but it's for the good. And while you're going through it, if you can think about that and go, I'm coming out of this really great. Remember this message and all that should help you quite a bit. Okay? All right. Let's take a look at your Oracle spheres. You can think of a yes or no question that you'd like to get an answer to. You pick a stand. We have green, silver, purple, and bronze. You decide which stand you'd like to get your answer on, and we go through and we get your answers. All right. Number 1, green, is a very likely. Number 2, silver's a not now. Number 3, purple, is also a not now. And number 4, bronze, is a very likely. So we have a very likely, a not now, and a very likely. So there's your Oracle Sphere answers for today's reading. Thank you so much for being here. We really hope you had some messages that were useful to you and that you liked. Please leave us comments in the comment section. Give the video a thumbs up. Check out other videos on the channel. Also check us out over on Patreon and TikTok. And we will see you again for other videos. May the stars guide your path. Bye-bye.